What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation Podcast. I am your host, Lizer, and with me is Jay. What's up, Jay?
It's your boy. What's
It's your
going on?
boy. there's no Celeste this week. She's on vacation. She's she's a big time VTuber now, so she doesn't have time for us anymore.
That's cold. That's cold.
Forgot about the small people. It's all good though, cause this week was my turn, and I think I picked out a pretty good one. Oh. I think that's the best way to put it. I think I picked out a pretty good one.
Oh yeah. Hey, definitely.
So
Um,
I'll just get right into it. As everyone can see here from last week, I had put up the image of the anime. It was called Ghost Stories. And to give a rundown, originally Ghost Stories was a serious anime about a group of friends discovering ghosts in an old school in town and having to protect the town that they lived in from them because the ghosts were originally sealed away and the seals were being broken due to like construction in the area, and the ghosts were all being released into the world. And it started this group of kids here that you see on screen. Uh, Sorry if you're an audio only viewer. Um, and to go in order, we have Satsuki. Boom, there she is. Uh, don't pay any attention to the subtitle there. I'll explain that later. But Satsuki is a strong-willed and brave young girl whose mother was actually the one who originally sealed all the ghosts. And as you can see in that picture, she's holding a journal. It's actually the mother's old journal with instructions on how to handle the ghosts should they ever have been released in the future. Next up is da, 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 Keiichiro, who is her younger brother. He is he's easily frightened. He's much younger than her. What do you think he is, like kindergarten age, something like that?
I say kindergarten, like first grade.
Yeah, like he's very young. He's easily frightened because duh, he's a kid, and he's easily manipulated because he doesn't really know any better. Following him is our first non-related character, who is boom, Hajime. Wait, is his name Hajime? Yeah, Hajime. Hajime is actually their neighbor and their classmate, and he's a courageous young boy who, I mean, he is courageous, but he puts on more of a brave face than he needs to because deep down he is actually scared of everything that's happening in these adventures. Following up him is Big Lip Leo, who is the resident paranormal geek. He has like random knowledge on all the ghosts, like just stuff you wouldn't expect any kid to know. He has like encyclopedic knowledge of it. He could just bring it up at the drop of a hat. And then the last of the kids is Momoko, who is another girl at the school that somehow has a psychic link with the spirit of Satsuki's mother. And she's also pretty brave to the point where, like, they can be getting chased down by ghosts and she just doesn't care. Like, she's not scared at all. Like, I think she has fear of losing her life, so that's why she's running. But she doesn't actually show any any fear in her face. And then finally we have Amano Jaku, who was actually
Yeah.
yeah, he was a powerful ghost entity that was chasing them through the school. They find the journal and figure out how to seal him. But instead of getting sealed into the tree like he was supposed to, he gets sealed into their cat.
Yeah.
And he's just stuck in there, and he hates it. He absolutely hates it. He hates the kids too. But as the series goes on, he actually grows pretty close to all of them, especially Satsuki and Keiichiro, because he lives with them basically as their cat. And he actually ends up protecting them and helping them with all the ghost situations.
Even though
And
sometimes he really doesn't want to.
yeah, exactly. And every episode focuses on a different ghost. It's like Scooby Doo style, like villain of the week type thing.
Yeah.
And the kids have to overcome it and seal it away and figure out how to do it. Uh, but that's all in Japanese dub. See, the English dub is a little different. It has the same basic concept of what I just explained, but it is a much more comedic show instead of serious. And it gets to the point where it's like pretty nonsensical and breaks the fourth wall a lot of times.
The beauty of one-liners, baby.
What did you what, did you see like full on episodes of the show before I presented it? Like I know you knew of it, but did you just see clips or did you watch episodes?
I saw clips from this anime, but I think maybe the most recent was probably maybe like 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
there's certain clips of this anime that are like stuck in my head. And like if I see it, I'll know exactly like what it's from. So it's really, I guess it's one of those things I just couldn't believe was real until like I saw it for myself.
Yeah, I can
I was
understand that.
and I was like, oh.
I have this thing with it where it's like I'll see a meme of something from the show, right? And it like I've never actually finished the show myself. Even this time during the viewing that we did, I had a busy week, so I only got up to episode 7, um, which is the furthest I've ever gotten, aside from like little clips from further episodes. But I'll come across a meme of something from it, not recognize any of the characters, and then I'll watch the show and I'm like, oh shit, that's where that's from. What the fuck? Like the infamous rabbit scene.
I just watched them again. It was beautiful.
I know now that it could never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black. Why?
I have a feeling that they just had a ball with this fucking recording. Just to dub it in English, and you're just like, yeah, no, we still have to get this done.
So, so here's the thing with that actually.
Oh god.
When they got the rights to this show, it was actually like a package deal. They wanted a different show, and like whatever company owned it, like I'm not 100% sure on all the details. They were like, if you want this show and you want the rights to dub it in English, you have to take these other 2 shows with it. So it was like a 3-show package deal just to get the one show they wanted. So now they were stuck with these 2 shows that they didn't really want to do, and Ghost Stories itself, when they released like the sub, it was pretty poor. Like nobody was really into it. So they're like, oh, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? Like nobody cares about it. So they went and they said, okay, go into the booth. You have the right to do whatever the fuck you want. Just keep the characters' names the same, and keep the core storyline the same, and that's it. So what they ended up doing was the voice actors, it wasn't like a round table read where everyone was in the booth together. They were all separated. So whoever showed up first for that day would go record and do whatever the hell they wanted, and everyone else had to match that energy when they came in for their recordings. So if someone came in first and was just absolutely maniacal, everyone else had to do the same.
Now that sounds like fun.
So you that's how we get scenes like where is it? When they went to the cops. The people in my house look like my father and my brother after the Nine Master exams, but it's not them. Yeah, boogity diggity googity dig 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 tickety. It's like they're imposters. What does that mean? Yeah, boogity diggity giggity dig 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 tickety. Just they kept doing that, like the voice, the mouth flaps were just so ass for the animation, that they just made fun of it all the times. They kept breaking the fourth wall.
Oh man. I think another one was with the they made a Barbara Streisand reference, and like even I don't know that much, and I've never seen Barbara Streisand before, and so I had to look it up, and I like immediately understood like what that was referencing. And I was like,
I
because
love
they mentioned a lot of names that like I just couldn't. I was just like,
who?
I was like, who is that? I don't know who that is.
I mean, this show finished airing in 2001, so like that's a pretty good explanation for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked when they see the picture in the principal's office. It's like all female principals look like lesbians. Wait, that's my mom.
First episode, right off the bat.
First episode. That's like I mentioned this to you while we were watching it. Was that like I remember the show being completely nonsensical. But when you go into the show not knowing that this is what the show is like and expecting a serious show, episode 1 doesn't actually seem that weird at first. It just seems like a low effort, low tier anime. And then suddenly you get things like, have you accepted the Lord and Savior Jesus?
No, I'm Jewish.
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior? So
Oh my god.
they they changed the characters up a little bit for those of you who don't know. I feel like Satsuki is pretty much closest to who she was in the original version of the show. Keiichiro, they they made him kind of special. Like
I think he's a little more than that, but
yeah, the show uses the R word.
word, yeah.
I don't really want to go saying that on stream. Then suddenly the stream gets taken down for like hateful comments or something. But they make him a little slow, you know, just a tad.
I don't know. That's a lot. He literally was just. It's funny because so the older sister, her name slips through my mind at the
Satsuki?
moment. Yeah. So the little brother, he like says gibberish, and she's the only one that can understand him. The other two are just like, huh? And Sasuke's just like, yeah. And they're just having a full on conversation. He's just, he's just like, you don't understand that?
He's having a Tannic
Oh
attack.
my! I just like with the police scene, they had Keiichiro like watching the cat in the cat carrier.
It's like I've lived in castles and ruled countries, and you have me in a goddamn kitty carrier.
And she fucking threatens him to cover up the air holes with duct tape.
It's so bad. It's the worst thing, man. Like
Or even worse
this show
than
would
Keiichiro.
absolutely not fly these days.
Oh no, absolutely not. And Idra let the cat out the cat carrier, and they came back, and she let him have it. She let him have it. I was just like, this is just gold. This is. I honestly, I just recommended this to someone right before I came to the podcast. My best friend was like, "Bro, you need to watch this shit.
He's spreading
Like,
the good
you don't
word.
even have to watch it. You can listen to it. Whatever's going on, it doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
It's honestly just a work of art."
Yeah, 100%. To go back to how the characters were changed. So yeah, Keiichiro is kind of slow. Then Hajime, he's supposed to be like your generic male main character. Like he's brave and courageous. He's just a pervert in this. Like, first introduction we get of him is like, oh, you're wearing white panties. It's like, uh-huh, oh, okay. They have, like, random cutaway gags. Like, I think I have one saved. Yeah. He's just on the phone. He's like, so I'm nailing this midget when my mom walks in. It's like, what? What? Bro, you're like 14. What are you talking about?
What do you know about that?
Let me see. Do I have the other one? God, where is it? Oh yeah. I'm a sexually frustrated fourth grader.
I think things with no context like make it perfect.
Oh my god.
It's wonderful. No context whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely. So that's his character. He's still like the male lead, but he's the perverted male lead. And then Leo is pretty much the same. Uh, he's still the paranormal geek. He's also pretty horny. I feel like less so. He's just kind of there. But his big thing is that he's Jewish. So they're constantly making, like, you know, Judaism references with him. And then to tie into that, Momoko is a
God.
devout, what is she, Christian?
Yeah.
And she's constantly trying to get them to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. So she clashes with Leo a lot in terms of religion. Just constantly threatening that he's going to like burn in hell for his sins and all that type of shit. Do you have like a specific scene that like kind of stands out?
Well, I mean, besides the rabbit scene,
The classic.
the bathroom goes
The
where
bathroom ghost.
Hajime is like hanging from the pipe inside the toilet. The demon asks him for red or blue paper, and he asks for like fucking yellow. He's like, bro, I'm too young to die this way. He's like, factual, but you didn't answer the question. And then the cat goes, yeah, you made it worse for yourself when you asked for a different color. And then like the whole toilet just opens up. There's like a toilet. There's an actual like toilet ghost in that bathroom, like a different one. And I was like, But that one kind of stuck. That was just funny.
I feel like.
And like the teachers end up getting like caught by ghosts too before the kids do.
Yeah, that's something I don't get, because you'll see a teacher like just straight up fucking die, and then they're back the next episode with like no recollection of anything that happened. Like, do they have like the fucking Men in Black thing in the Japanese dub that we don't get in the English dub?
Puts on the shades.
Like if you're not there when the demons sealed away, you lose memories of it.
I think that's how that goes.
Dude, I don't know. Japanese folklore is weird. I think, like, there's a lot of scenes that stick with me, but I think the classic one for me is this one right here.
Oh god.
Think of a big black man chasing you.
With he's like teaching. He's like having fucking Keiichiro run like laps around the school track because he wanted to like run away from bullies or something like that. I think that's what that episode is about.
If you can't beat them, you can run away from them. Really?
And then it just like it goes forward to that scene, and Leo sitting next to Hajime, and he's like, at least he's not racist.
Yeah, he didn't run any faster, so at least we know he's not racist. But before he even says that, he sings the song. So he runs alongside Keiichiro, and he just starts singing, "You want to be an Air Force Ranger, You want to live a life of danger. You don't want to be raped by strangers. It's like, no! Think of a big black man chasing you. He just fucking makes sounds. He doesn't say anything. He's.
I don't know why, but Amanu Jaku or actually just reminds me of the cat from Sabrina. The teenage
Yeah.
witch.
Yeah, Salem.
I got like a huge Salem vibe from him in this show. I was
Definitely.
I was like, gee, I wonder.
Here's a banger from episode 1. There's nothing to be afraid of, Keiichiro. Monsters only get evil people like Republicans, and we're not old enough to vote. It's like, damn, 2001. That's 20 years ago, bro. And then,
That's how you know it's bad.
yeah, it's still topical. And speaking of topical, uh, drag queens won't bother you. Worry about priests.
Oh god.
How do you say that to like your 6-year-old brother? Drag queens won't bother you. Worry about priests.
It's like really? It's like that's what we go. Oh man.
Like if you're easily offended by jokes, this is not a show for you. Like 100%. This was made over 20 years ago. They were just given free reign to do whatever they wanted. They got drunk in the booth and just said things. Honestly, I'm surprised that nobody dropped like a hard R N word. To be honest.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not.
This Funimation?
What?
The dub?
I have no clue.
I think even if it wasn't them, it's a lot of like people who would end up working in Funimation, and I think at one point they had the rights to it because I remember when I originally discovered this show was on Funimation's website, so I know that they had the rights at one point. I don't know if they originally dubbed it though. But I just thought it was funny that for anyone who doesn't know about the whole like Funimation situation that happened a while ago with one of their actors, Vic Mignogna. There was like accusations of him being like a sexual predator and stuff about him like pushing his religion onto people, and a lot of it came up to be false, and it was just they didn't like him just because they didn't like him.
Man's career, man.
Yeah, and one of those people was Monica Rial, and she has been quoted as like making fun of him for his religion and stuff like that. And she plays the religious girl in this, and I was like, that's fucking funny.
Oh, how the turns of tables.
Like, I don't want to make any like stance on like whose side I'm on or anything, but I thought that was fucking funny.
No, that's definitely fucking hilarious.
And then like I'm thinking, like that whole leak happened where a lot of Funimation staff was shown like saying racist and sexist jokes, and there was the whole thing of Goku going, excuse me for saying this, but I just need to quote it, where he was using his Goku voice and he was like, my son's a fag, haha, Gohan's a fag. Like he was doing that.
Oh yeah.
And they
I
got
forgot those came out.
Yeah, and they got in deep shit for that.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, wow, they must have just like relinquished this from their library because of that.
Put another nail on the coffin.
Yeah. It's like, what do they do now? They help dub fucking Rooster Teeth shit? Alright. Two failing companies? Oof.
Funny, because like this is what 2000. This finished in like 2000, 2000-ish.
This finished in I think March 2001.
Yeah. So Jesus Aniplex has been around for a while.
Did you see that? Why are you still crying? Because these pajamas are gay.
um, oh man.
If you're into just shit posting,
Oh, this
if
was
you're
an absolute shit.
yeah, this whole series is just a shit post in the English dub. Like my original plan was to watch. Um, well, originally I was gonna watch the whole season. I didn't realize that it was 20 episodes, so that got cut down because of time. But then whatever I did watch, I was gonna rewatch in the original Japanese and then compare them. But honestly, I feel like watching the original would ruin everything for me. Like I just love the idea of this existing as this chaotic English mess.
Yeah. This is just a hot mess. I loved it.
And then like I mentioned before that it was like the 3 package deal.
Mm.
I wonder, like I need to look up what was the show that they wanted, because I'm sure that they did a fine job doing that. But what was the other show that they didn't want that was included? Like, did they do the same thing with that, or did they treat it fine? I think this is a one of a kind thing. I don't think there's another show like this.
Probably not.
Hey, he's gonna be fine.
If there is, I need to find it like now. I need it yesterday, bro.
I'm just saying, this is some good shit. This is some good high quality. Like, if you need a laugh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of my down days. Take this shit on 100% better. Already.
Absolutely. Like, why can't I turn this gold into real currency?
Because they'd probably get me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of people are sensitive.
If you're open-minded though, and you're into just funny like shitpost level stuff, I absolutely recommend this. Like, for what I've seen of this, I honestly give it a 10 out of 10. This shit had me dying. How about you?
I give this a 10. Absolutely. This is just beautiful start to finish.
Brings a tear to my eye. Like I didn't even get to finish it just because of time constraints. Like I had a really busy week, and I'm just like, as soon as this podcast is done, I'm probably gonna watch more. Like I gotta finish this. I've never actually finished it. I need to do it.
I want to see how it ends.
I need the truth. What really happens? Like how do you even have like? I'm sure that the original Japanese one is like, you know, happy ending. Everyone lives like happily ever after type bullshit.
Right.
What could they possibly do with this?
I don't know, with the kind of tone that they set, anything's fucking possible.
Like, all the fucking kids become like heroin addicts or something, and everyone thinks that they're lying about the ghosts. Just fucking like a dark turn.
It just cracked out.
They all sound like Keiichiro. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about?
Hmm.
The ending song, the credits song.
Yeah.
Like even in the Japanese version, they have the same music. I know the Japanese one is serious, but it's still just about like young kids fighting ghosts. Why is the end credits song "You're so sexy, sexy, hold me closer, I'm gonna like fuck you in the office"? Like, what? These kids are like fucking 11. Like, what is this song?
They figured no one would stick around for the ending.
Hey, the show sucks anyway. We're just
We're just gonna throw any old song in there.
like only the people who watch the dub know about this song because nobody could last through the sub. And we're all just like, what the fuck? Is this part of the shitpost?
It's a funny meme.
Good meme, good meme.
Oh no.
Can you imagine, like, so this, like, the show ended, like March 2001. What was another thing that happened in 2001 that was pretty big?
Are we on like the shitpost level, or are we like?
I'm honestly asking you, what is something that happens in 2001 that kind of like changed the world forever?
Gee, I don't know, fucking 9/11.
Yeah, maybe. Can you imagine what the show would have been like post 9/11? Do you think they would have gone off the deep end and made like 9/11 jokes?
Oh yeah, I
You
would.
really think so? Like,
Oh yeah.
because I feel like if it would have happened a little after 9/11, it would have been like a too soon thing, right? Like even they wouldn't have done it.
I would have given that like a year or two, and then fucking.
But then I feel like that's when people started getting like,
Oh,
we can't say these type of things. Like I feel like the window that they did this in was perfect for it.
it came in just in time. It came and left just in time.
Yeah. Like it was right before a big disaster that just like changed everything about what is acceptable, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's crazy the way that works out.
I still think this shit was gold. And
Absolutely.
redo it.
I'm so
Redo it, but modernize it.
No, they wouldn't be able to. It'd be so like it would go from rated R to PG like so quick.
That's fair.
Like you really think about it, this is the only official abridged series that exists. Cause that's what it is. It's a fucking abridged series.
Bro, I just need to know like what people were like hopped up on. Like, you wake up, you go into record, you're the first one there, and you get to set the tone for the day.
You just fucking troll all your fucking coworkers.
Oh, it just sounds like fun.
you troll you troll them with yeah boogada diggity diggity googada dig 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 diggity dig.
Like how are we supposed to like? What do you even do?
Fuck you, Josh. Now I gotta follow up with that.
Like making fun of the fucking the lip flaps.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like, whoa, these are the fastest lip flaps I've ever had to sync.
Yep.
It's like, alright, that was an actual line in the show. Alright.
Or like when is it? I'm trying to remember. It was Leo and this is like in a like a I think it was 7 or 8, but the one with the computer.
Uh-huh.
I think it was like 7 or 8. I think it might have been 8.
Yeah, I think that's 8.
But it was like it either was it was Leo on the computer, and he'd said something about like, you know, yeah, he's lonely, but it was like a website he was like looking for. It was like something. It was like little Jewish boys looking for like I forgot what it was. I forgot the exact like website term. It was just really funny. It was basically just Jewish boys looking for hoes.
It was just an escort website.
Yeah, but it was like specifically catered towards Jewish boys. And I was like,
he put I'm cut.
oh yeah,
It's like, yeah,
I'm the
circumcised. It's like, yeah, I'm Jewish.
It's like, and then like one of them like didn't know what fucking cut was. He's like, what is that? And it's like, what do you mean? I was just like, oh no.
And then it just cuts to the random girl at home. It's like, yeah, he says that he's cut. Like, what the fuck? And then the ghost knocks on his door. He's like, wow, she's eager. She's here 45 minutes
40
early.
minutes early. By the way, that was like, I think the time on the clock up, like the time on the clock, I think was like, I think it was, no, I think it was like 6:40.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, she was supposed to get there like 7:20. It was like,
She's eager.
40 minutes early, baby.
I love
All
that.
right.
They have this ghost that you need to open the door for it to let it in. And everyone knows that this ghost is around, and they're just fucking opening doors. Like, look through your peek hole. Like, it's that easy. Look through the fucking peek hole.
Gay.
And then the ghost fucking calls Satsuki as Leo, and he's like, I need you to come to the abandoned phone booth at the other end of town, the creepy one that you'll probably die at. Okay, I'll be right there. It's like, what?
Or the Bible verses that got repeated, but they were a little like they had Keiichiro do it like once or twice, but the rest of it was Momoko. She was just often like, and then Satsuki did it like twice. Momoko was like the majority of it, and I was like, they're just slipping in Bible verses. And I was like, that can't be serious, eh?
That makes me
No
believe
way.
that it was Funimation that originally dubbed it, because they're in Texas.
No. Oh no.
You heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
No. I'm Jewish.
I'm Jewish.
I like how subtle she was about it too.
Subtle.
But she said it a little fast, but like he caught it.
Yeah. And then they just rolled with it. They kept it going.
Man.
This show, it's just the gift that keeps on giving, honestly. Like, not an episode goes by that doesn't have at least one, like, moment that's gonna stick with you. You're just like, oh, fuck. Now, again, I've never actually finished it. I do plan to. So I can only speak for what I've seen, but that's the case for what I've seen.
They also kept ripping on Satsuki's mom about her fucking ghost diary.
She was probably failing on her fucking class because she's always writing in this diary.
I was like, oof. Factual, but oof.
Oh man. But yeah,
Or there'd be like a different moment where it's like, it'd be really useful right about now. Your mom's book. Where is it? It's
I
like,
left it at home.
left it at home. And then somehow fucking Amanu Jaku comes out with a book and is like, what?
I'm not doing this because I like you. Baka. Like, what? No.
Well, I mean, he doesn't get fed if they die. So.
Yeah, true. I feel like he doesn't get fed if they live either. Just like, fuck you, Manjaku.
I don't even know how any other way I can describe this. It's absolute gold.
There's really no way to describe it. Like, you just have to actually experience it. I think out of every show that we've had up here, there's very few where I'm just like, you need to watch it. Like, please watch this show. It's the only real way to know. What happened?
This one you definitely have to experience.
Yeah, this is less so, oh, you need to check it out. No, you have to experience this. And we both gave it a 10.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Celeste was here, she would have gave it a 10. No, wait, I feel like if Celeste was here, she'd be like, I didn't really get it.
I think some of those probably would went over her head.
Who's
I'll be
Jesus? What's a Jew? I'm like, Celeste, please, no. Sweetie.
Not like this.
Not like this, not now.
Man.
Like, why are you shit talking me, bro?
Oh man.
Be like, I've only been gone a few hours. You're already shit talking me? Like, yeah. That's what friends do. You're not a real friend unless you can shit talk. But again, please check this out. Feel free to, comment under the video if you're watching on YouTube. if you checked it out. Let me know what you thought of it, because I'm looking forward to seeing people's like first reactions to this show. Just like this absolute gold mine of what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, pretty much. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. But okay, so that was that. I've had my turn. Next week, you get to present something. So what do you got for us?
Uh, let's see. Where's that folder? We gotta find the folder now.
Between the two hentai folders,
Yeah,
the one labeled
Surprise.
hentai and the one labeled homework.
homework, and then and then you have the podcast folder between those.
Yeah.
Is it something I
Dimension
talked about?
W. That sure is something you talked about.
Yeah.
Where I
Was it?
recognized the girl dancing, and I was like, "Oh shit, I know that."
Yeah. But this is for the next week. Do not have to watch all the episodes.
How long is it?
12 episodes.
That's not that bad. I could probably do it. You know, if I enjoy it. don't want to make any promises. I'm just coming. That show was trash. I loved it. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense.
He's like, don't worry about it.
Is it like a mech type show, or like
Not
it
necessarily.
looks kind of futuristic, and yet he looks like he's wearing older clothes, so I really don't know.
I can pull up the tags for it.
The tags?
Yeah.
Tomboy, NTR, mosaic censorship, spats.
Oh, here we go. You done?
Maybe.
It only has two. It's sci-fi and seinen.
Oh,
Or
okay.
seinen. Seinen?
I don't actually know how to pronounce it.
I
I mean, they're shonen, so I guess seinen.
seinen.
Saiyan.
Super sandwich.
Super sandwich. Super salad.
Oh
Alright.
no.
Dimension W.
Yeah.
So tune in for that next week. Hopefully it's good. If not, I'm gonna kick him off the podcast. He won't be back.
Okay.
We don't accept disappointment here. But yeah, comment under the video, tweet at me, you know, whatever your thoughts were. Fucking DM me, I hate your guts, Lizer. You fucking suck as a host. Well, whatever you want to do. just like shit on me. I feel like out of everything I said, that's the most likely to happen.
That's the line from Hajime that I couldn't remember.
Oh, I was so confused. I'm too young to die. The only person I've had sex with is my babysitter. It's like, Jay, are you okay?
Sorry, I forgot the extra context to that.
I was so fucking confused, bro. It's like anyone listening, it's just like I just went silent. I was like, you good, bro? Do we need to talk?
I don't know.
Like, I'm here for you, bro.
Oh,
that was
man.
fucking funny.
Sometimes things are just needed without context.
Yeah, man. That's how life works, man. Life finds a way. But that's it for this episode of the Animation Revaluation Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week with Dimension W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.